This is such a wonderful crowd. I'm so happy to see everyone here tonight. And on behalf of the Board of Directors of Junior Achievement, we'd like to welcome you here tonight. This is the 24th Annual Business Hall of Fame Dinner and Ceremony, and it's truly a pleasure and an honor to be here with you tonight. We will pay tribute to 3 brilliant innovators in their chosen fields. And at this time, if I could please have the members of the Board of Junior Achievement please stand and be recognized. Members of the board. Thank you. I'd like to take this time to publicly thank all of those board members for their contributions to Junior Achievement. And I'd like to specifically thank Lori Carr for the time she's taken to make this event such a success. Thank you, Lori and board members. This year, while you're enjoying dinner, we will have some JA statistics displayed on the screen, and I'd like to thank all of you who have supported our programs this past year, either financially or through volunteering in the classrooms. We could not reach the thousands of students without your support. We continue to have more and more teacher requests each year, and we're in need of new classroom volunteers. So if you're interested in volunteering, please call the Junior Achievement Office. Marcy, I need you up here, please, just for a minute. This is Marcy Krall. Some of you, I'm sure you know her. And she gave notice, her last day with Junior Achievement was February the 12th this year. And we have been so blessed and honored for her to serve with us, supporting both the business community and all of our students. She has definitely fulfilled our purpose in inspiring and preparing young people to succeed in our global economy. Even after resigning and taking a new full-time position, she has helped put this event on tonight. And we just want to say thank you on behalf of the board and John. We just wanted to present you with a little token of our thanks.
Well, thank you.
So now, on with the show. I would like to introduce our MC for tonight and give him a special thank you. If you would help me welcome Rick Duncan.
Thank you, Mary Jo. I'm going to have to move this. This happens all the time. Typically, it's right here. So, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and so glad you could be here. And will you please welcome our honorees for this evening. Our first laureate is Gary Clear from First Bank Richmond. He's being escorted tonight by his 2 grandsons, Ben and Zach Doster. Please welcome John Meredith from Saver Systems. John is escorted tonight by his granddaughter, Natalie Meredith. And last but certainly not least, please welcome Wayne Stidham from Second National Bank. He's escorted tonight by 2 of his grandchildren, Tom Farrell and Sharon Orbash. To our 2015 laureates, tonight we honor you for giving not only of your time, your talents, and your enthusiasm, but also for your passionate leadership in encouraging and inspiring others to do the same. The individuals we honor tonight are not the first. This is the 24th commemoration of the Eastern Indiana Business Hall of Fame. And we're also fortunate to have our past honorees in attendance. So all laureates tonight are being escorted by JA students, and they're also from Girl Scout Troop 1104 from Dennis Intermediate School. Laureate from 1996, Paul Lingle. Paul, incidentally, was also the one making shadow puppets on the screen just moments ago. Laureate from 2001, Cliff Dickman. Laureate 2003, Jeff Jeffers. Laureate 2005, Jack Edelman. Already in the crowd? There's Jack right over there. Not sure how you did that, Jack. All right. Laureate from 2006, Jim Quigg. Also laureate 2006, Alan Roser. And laureate 2014, John McBride. Also, before we continue, a laureate from 2007, Victor Josie, recently passed away. And if we could please give a moment of silence for Victor, he will be missed. Thank you. Will you please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance by JA students? Following the pledge, please remain standing as the invocation will be given by JA student Caitlin Ferguson.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please bow your heads in prayer. Dear Father, thank you for the privilege of coming together this evening to honor 3 individuals who have given so much to our community. We pray their stories will inspire all of us to greater achievement and leadership in our own lives. We give thanks for this food. Please bless it to our use and guide us so that we may help others be the best they can be. Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. I've always wanted to say that. I've never had to do that before. Please sit down. Only throw money, if you would, from now on. So, everyone, you'll notice the centerpieces on your table. Notice the centerpieces right out front. Who would like a centerpiece? Show of hands. Who wants a centerpiece? Hand. Oh, nobody. Not at once, please. Okay. Well, okay, this is a little too tough to do it that way. Okay, let's try this. Look under your seat and see if you have an envelope. That would be under your chair, not under your bottom. That would be awkward. You have one. If you have an envelope, I think Sandy Matthews stole that from someone else. If you have an envelope, congratulations, you also have a centerpiece. So you may take that with you. Unless, of course, someone else absconds with the centerpiece before you do. All right, so before we continue on, of course, this is the JA Business Hall of Fame, and therefore it is also a fundraiser. So who is here for the first time? Who's here for the first time tonight? Okay, so you've never participated in the world's fastest fundraiser. That's what's about to happen. World's fastest fundraiser. We're going to raise $1,500 in 15 seconds. I know, you'd think I'm lying. I swear I'm not. It says it right here. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. There are envelopes on your table, and there also is a dessert tray, I believe, somewhere around here. Isn't there a dessert tray? We have one of those? Reed Hospital has presented with a beautiful dessert platter, and whoever raises the most money will get the dessert platter, okay? So get ready. We're going to start filling up those envelopes on the table. Are you ready? I'll give you time to pull out your wallets and your purses and your pocketbooks and write your checks. Make sure you give and give plenty. You know you want to win. Okay. Are we ready to give? Everybody ready? Okay. You have 15 seconds. On your mark, get set, give. 15 seconds. Let's go, dig deep. You weren't saving that money for anything else. Give till it hurts. Write faster, we've only got 15 seconds. Oh, your pen broke. Oh, likely story. It's for junior achievement. I will guilt you if I have to. It's not 15 seconds yet. It's getting there. Well, this watch doesn't have a second hand. I'm guessing it now. Maybe is that 10? 11? Where was I, 11? Okay. Continue filling out your checks if you're there. We're almost at 15 seconds. Almost there. Just about. It's a long, I work in radio, I know how long time is. It's okay. All right, so that's about 15 seconds, give or take. So now we're gonna go around and collect all the envelopes from the tables. If you would, please, the Girl Scouts will go around and collect your envelopes. Feel free to hold your envelopes up. And they'll be collected. Students are going to go around and collect all the envelopes. Yep. Look at their little faces. Aren't they cute? Yeah. If you didn't, feel free to give more. They're cute. That envelope over there looks a little light. Just going to tell you that right now. I can see it from here. If I can see through your envelope, it's too light. All right, so we'll have our Girl Scouts start tallying up, because let's face it, they're about the only ones in the room who are current with math. We're going to have them tally up and see if we did our 1,500 in 15 seconds. In the meantime, dinner is served. Please enjoy your meal, and we will be back momentarily. All right, so I realize that they've just passed out dinner, so please go ahead and eat. But I just want to let you know I've got the amount from our world's fastest fundraiser. We were going for 1,500 in 15 seconds, but we actually made $2,691.49. And the table that raised the most money was that table right there, table number 2. So they get this lovely dessert tray, courtesy of Reed Hospital. So congratulations, that's all yours. Incidentally, I'm table 33 in the corner. If you want to share, I'm right, that's me over there. So continue to eat. We'll be back momentarily. We'll talk sponsors and we will get to work. Enjoy your dinner. Well, please keep eating your dinner. It is spectacular. That steak is amazing. But it's time for us to start talking about some of the people who have made this evening possible. JA would like to thank all of the sponsors for this evening. The guest reception sponsor, thank you so much to Reed Hospital, First Bank Richmond, and the Recycling Center. Also, thank you to the table sponsors. Thank you to US Bank, Ivy Tech. Thank you to Brady Ware, Ivy Tech, woo. RMD Patty. I didn't realize we were tailgating before this evening. Lingle Real Estate and IU East. Woo again. Also, contributing sponsors for this evening, Boston, Beaver, Cross, Clingy, and Chittister, Wayne Bank, and West End Bank. And also, special sponsors tonight, Greg and Karen Bukite, Skip Runnels, Primex Plastics, Meyer, and Reed Hospital. Whew. I'm waiting for the wave to just break out right there in the back. Everybody's just gonna, one at a time. Okay, so all the local businesses that made donations for tonight's raffle as well, thank you so much to all the generous sponsors. With their support, events like this are possible, and the generosity of these sponsors and their commitment to JA is greatly appreciated. Also important event partners tonight, Pat O'Neill. Yeah, in case you were wondering, that's a real guy back there playing the music, playing not only the saxophone, but also the flute. He's very talented, Pat O'Neill. Forest Hills Country Club and Heartbreaker Video, the men behind the curtain. So if we can give a round of applause for all of our sponsors for this evening, making a tremendous night possible. So if you will, please welcome Marcy Kroll, past Executive Director of Junior Achievement and the Hall of Fame Coordinator.
Good evening. It is my sincere pleasure to be here tonight and an honor that I've been able to plan this year's Hall of Fame. As you already heard, that tonight is my last evening with Junior Achievement, but I wanted to take this time to thank all of you who have been so supportive over the past 6 years while I served as the Executive Director. I appreciate your support of this great organization. I, like many of you, believe in JA's mission and believe that JA is making a difference in the lives of our young people. That is why, even though I won't be the executive director, I do plan on staying on as a classroom volunteer. Now I would like to personally thank one of JA's board members who has been very helpful with this planning process, Lori Carr. If she could stand up. I'm not sure what table she's at. I truly appreciate everything you did to help me out with this planning process to make this such a great event and such a great evening tonight. So thank you, Lori. Now I would like to introduce to you the new Executive Director for Junior Achievement, Jade Guthrie.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for the 2015 Business Hall of Fame. I am so excited to be the Executive Director for Junior Achievement, and I'm looking forward to becoming involved in classroom volunteering as well. I do not have a background with Junior Achievement, so it was important and vital for me to have an understanding of the work JA does before entering into my position. As I began researching JA, I started by asking around and talking with people about the organization. The responses I received were overwhelmingly positive. Tons of people were eager to tell me about their firsthand experiences with Junior Achievement. Many of them had been involved in Junior Achievement from a very young age, when someone from Junior Achievement came into their classroom, and then in turn, they decided to become JA volunteers themselves. I learned about one woman's experience with Junior Achievement as she told me about how she remembers JA volunteers spending a day in her classroom when she was a 5th grade student in Slovakia. Recently, while shopping for a new truck, a salesman told me about his experience with Junior Achievement and the stocks that he still holds today due to Junior Achievement activities. These encounters and many others sparked my passion for Junior Achievement, and I cannot be more excited to enter the classroom as a volunteer this year as well. Like so many people, I learned my best through hands-on involvement. Benjamin Franklin once said, "Tell me and I'll forget. Show me and I may remember. Involve me and I learn." This is why the curriculum provided through Junior Achievement has the ability to teach students important skills that will stay with them for a lifetime. As a college student fast approaching graduation this May, I am always searching for ways to retain pertinent information. While searching for tricks and techniques, I came across these statistics. We learn 10% of what we read, 20% of what we hear, 30% of what we see, 70% of what we discuss, 80% of what we experience, and 95% of what we teach others. This is why Junior Achievement has success that is multifaceted. Not only does our curriculum impact the lives of students we reach, it affects our volunteers as well. By teaching students skills like financial literacy and entrepreneurship, volunteers come away with an experience that sticks with them forever and urges them to continue their work with Junior Achievement. I look forward to working with each and every one of you and want to sincerely thank you for your continual support of Junior Achievement. If you are a volunteer for Junior Achievement, I want to ask you to reach out and spread the word about this amazing organization. If you have not volunteered for JA, I want to invite you to do so, to not only change the lives of the students you reach, but to have a positive impact on your community and your own personal life as well. Thank you. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Girl Scout Troop 1104 and JA students from Dennis Intermediate School. Please welcome them to the stage as they perform a skit based on our high school program, JA Career Success.
When you get to high school, there's so much to learn.
Like science, history, English, and math.
We'll study, test, and try to do our best.
What class do we take to learn how to be
Polished and prepared and work ready.
I know, it's JA Career Success.
What's that?
It's all about learning the 4 C's, soft skills, and work priorities.
Like critical thinking, making judgment using process of logic and reasoning.
Yes,
Collaboration, working together and reaching a goal.
that's right.
And creativity, coming up with or trying something new.
Uh-huh.
And certainly communication, sharing thoughts, questions, ideas, and solutions.
Exactly.
But what about those soft skills and work priorities you talk about?
Well, like tucking in your shirt or pulling up your pants, you only get one first impression. There's no second chance.
And shaking
Hands.
And good eye contact.
And showing up for work on time.
Yes, all those things and so much more.
Learning it from a JA Career
Good job.
Another round of applause for Troop 1104. Okay, so before we get started, I believe Doug Oler is here tonight, correct? Doug Oler's birthday is today. Oh, yeah. You didn't think I'd know that, did you, Doug? Happy birthday to Doug Oler. He's right there in the back. So, getting to the order at hand, and we've recognized those individuals who played a major role in helping shape the business environment here in Eastern Indiana. Tonight's inductees are no exception. These individuals, along with each of our other past laureates, identified a need or had a dream and acted upon it, often breaking new ground in the process. And in a few moments, we'll add 3 more names to the Business Hall of Fame. So like the leaders who preceded them, the 2015 laureates truly are role models whose stories should be shared with our young people and preserved for all the future generations. And it's that is the purpose of the Eastern Indiana Business Hall of Fame. To identify the leaders and to present their compelling stories, to celebrate their successes, and motivate our next generation of entrepreneurs, business, and community leaders. So now, if I may call your attention to the special video that was sent to us by Congressman Luke Messer to congratulate this year's laureates.
Hi there, I'm Congressman Luke Messer, and it's an honor to be able to speak to you all tonight. I want to start by thanking Marcy Kroll for allowing me to say a few words. I'm sorry I can't be there in person, but I couldn't let the evening go by without recognizing the 3 great Hoosiers who are being inducted into the Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame: John Meredith, Gary Clear, and Wayne Stenham. They are entrepreneurs, business leaders, philanthropists, and volunteers who've made an indelible impact on our community. I'm particularly proud of my good friend John Meredith. He's had an outstanding career built on a dedication to excellence, yet throughout all of his successes, he's remained devoted to his church, his wife Gay, and their children. John, thank you for your years of friendship to me and for your mentorship as well. Congratulations on this honor tonight. As I think about all that these 3 have accomplished and all the good that they've done in service to their fellow Hoosiers over the years, I'm reminded of a quote by 18th century theologian John Wesley. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. And from serving in the military to fighting fires, employing hundreds of hardworking Hoosiers, to providing scholarships to aspiring college grads, John, Gary, and Wayne have done so much good in all the ways they can. We are indebted to you for all that you have done for our great state, and in particular, the 6th Congressional District. Guys, thank you for your leadership. Congratulations on your accomplishment, and may you continue to be pillars of light for our community. Thank you, and good night.
Congressman Luke Messer. Our first recipient has been described as a true community leader. Not only has he been successful in business, but he's been able to make a difference in the lives of his customers and his community. Gary Clear.
Gary David Clear was born on December 1st, 1955, in New Albany, Indiana, to Kenneth and Margaret Clear. He grew up with an older sister, Sandra, and a younger brother, Greg. Gary learned the value of working hard at a young age. He watched as his father worked 3 jobs to ensure the family was well taken care of. His father also instilled the value of saving money at a young age. When Gary was 6 years old, his dad took him to open a savings account and made sure he got to the bank on a regular basis to make deposits. It was at that time Gary realized he wanted a career in the banking industry. Gary attended New Albany High School and graduated in 1974. He went on to attend Indiana University, graduating in 1978 with a bachelor's degree in finance. Gary continued his financial education by later attending the ABA Graduate School of Commercial Lending and Stonier Graduate School of Banking.
But one of Gary's traits is also he's particular and pays attention to detail. Years ago, he and I both bought new basketball goals and rims to put up in our backyards from Kessler's. Well, I'm sure I let my net deteriorate, my rim probably rust, but according to a very good neighbor source, Gary has been seen on a stepladder with a toothbrush washing his backboard and rim. Now that's the paying attention to detail, but again, that kind of paying attention to detail has helped him succeed and helped his organization succeed, that entrepreneurial spirit and attention to detail.
While attending summer classes at IU Southeast, Gary had a chance meeting that ended up changing his life forever. This is when he met Cheryl McIntosh. They married in March and will celebrate their 38th wedding anniversary this year. Gary and Cheryl have 2 children, Elizabeth and David, and 2 grandchildren, Ben and Zach. One of Gary's happiest memories is watching his children grow up, become successful adults, and now have children of their own. He is very proud of his family.
Gary always is learning. Whenever I talk about going to a conference and it's away from here, he comes up with the idea, well, if we go there, then I can see this museum or learn about this at that community, and maybe I've never gone there before. And I find that pretty refreshing, that someone can look at the opportunity to go out of town and on their own time often, in Gary's own time, learn for the Boys and Girls Club, but also take care of some of his personal desires to learn new things in new places. And Gary's gone with me to all over the country, really, participating in Boys and Girls Clubs of America. In fact, I think I can safely say that as we go across this country to these conferences, people in Boys and Girls Clubs of America, our national organization, and certainly other Boys and Girls Clubs across the state and the region have become acquainted with who Gary Clear is, and they look forward to seeing him and talking to him about what their role is. And Gary is often looked to get some advice on how they can better perform in their local communities when they go back. And I think that's a real feather in his cap and demonstrates really his engagement with our organization.
Gary began his banking career in 1978 at American Fletcher National Bank in the Career Associates program. He became the branch manager in 1980. He continued to move up the ladder and in 1983 was named vice president and later earned the Banking Center Manager of the Year award. Gary moved on to Barnett Bank in 1986, where he was vice president, commercial lending officer.
I've known Gary Clear since he moved to Richmond in 1989 and began work at Bank One at that time. Since then, I've been his attorney and he's been my banker, but more importantly, he's been one of my best friends. Gary's the type of person that you like him as soon as you meet him. I think without exception, he just has that kind of personality. I'm sure there are many factors that have gone into the success of First Bank Richmond, but I truly believe that Gary's personality and how he treats customers and others has played a very significant part of that. You want to work with Gary. You want to follow his advice. You want to not let him down. And that's just the kind of person that he is. I think Gary is an excellent choice for the Junior Achievement Hall of Fame. If one of our criteria is to be a champion of business, think of how many local successful businesses have relied on Gary's financial assistance. They have become successful because of the input he has made. He's helped them become successful, which in turn has made our entire community become successful. He is just that type of person.
In 1989, Gary began his successful career in the Richmond community. He began as vice president at Bank One, and in May of 1994, he joined the team at First Bank Richmond. One of Gary's goals since he started his career was to one day become a community bank president. In 2001, the First Bank Board of Directors offered him the opportunity to fulfill that goal by naming him President and CEO of First Bank Richmond, President, CEO, Richmond Mutual Bank Corporation, and Chairman of Mutual Federal Savings Bank.
Gary's the kind of guy that he is for the people. He is just a peach of a man. I've had opportunities to work with him now. I know it's at least 40 years. And it started out relatively small, a couple $100,000, and went into several $1,000s, and recently into millions of dollars. And Gary has always come through. He just is a man who thoroughly examines the whole subject, the whole person, the whole whatever you're going to do, and by golly, is able to work it out. And I'm really proud of knowing him.
Under Gary's leadership, First Bank has built 5 new branches. They also purchased the old GTE building and repurposed it into a state-of-the-art financial center, adding a distinctive bridge spanning South 9th Street. Services have been expanded outside of Wayne County, with the purchase of a sister bank in Sidney, Ohio, and the opening of a branch in Shelbyville, Indiana. The bank has increased the number of full-time employees to over 150 and continues to have the largest market share of all the financial institutions in both Richmond and Wayne County.
You might not know his involvement with individual organizations and what he does for them. In my case, I'm the director of the Boys and Girls Club here, and Gary's been a board member of ours for many years. Gary brought a true sense of leadership to our organization. And when I say that, I mean he stepped in at a point in time where we were at a little bit of a crisis in leadership. And we talked to Gary, and Gary thought about it and gave it some consideration and came back and said he was up for the challenge. And that's unusual because it takes a couple years in our organization to get to that point. But Gary stepped in right away, became the president, had a very distinguished 2 years as president, and then continued for 2 more years as past president on our executive committee. So I, from that point on, recognized what a great leader Gary brought, or what Gary brought to the Boys and Girls Club was true leadership.
Early in his career, Gary noticed that community banks were involved and able to make a difference in the lives of their customers and the community they serve.
I really want the people to know a little bit more about Gary because he is so into things when it comes to our children, education, Boys and Girls Club, all of the nonprofits. You'll find Gary and his bank that he controls really stepping up to the plate.
He wholeheartedly believes in volunteerism and encourages bank employees to follow his lead by giving back to the community. He has even created a community relations position that oversees and manages employee initiatives and community sponsorships. In 2014, First Bank had 82 employees participating in 70 different volunteer projects, and over 64 local organizations have First Bank employees serving on their boards or advisory councils. Gary is proud of First Bank's financial support and commitment to area nonprofits and community events, many of which receive annual support.
Gary, one of the things that struck me about Gary was his passion for the young people, as I am, and I've had a good relationship with him all these years because we know about the same organizations, we work on the same organizations, and he is one of the original people that helped raise the funds to build the new Boys and Girls Club, and that was laid the foundation, I think, for establishing him as what he is in this community today.
Gary is a true community leader. His personal involvement in the community has been extensive and includes being a board member with Boys and Girls Club and past president.
He doesn't really relish being in the limelight, but really excels at being a mover and shaker behind the scenes. If I call Gary and I ask for him to speak to some other corporate community leader, he never hesitates. He makes sure it gets done. He comes back to me, usually with very positive results, and I appreciate that from someone. I can count on him, and he delivers every time.
He also serves on the Richmond Symphony Orchestra, Wayne County Revolving Loan Fund, Reed Hospital Foundation, Dunn Center, Centerstone Foundation, and Forest Hills Country Club. Gary has served in the past or volunteered with Junior Achievement, Communities and Schools, Leadership Wayne County, the Richmond Sanitary District, Richmond Redevelopment Commission, Richmond Civic Theater, Chamber of Commerce, Achieva Resources, Wernley Youth and Family, First Tee, Richmond Evening Optimist, Seton Catholic Schools, and the Townsend Community Center.
Gary's traits are just almost too numerous to count. As fate would have it, Gary has preceded me as president in a couple organizations. He was president of the Forest Hills Board of Directors. The following year, I was president of the Forest Hills Board of Directors. He was chair of the board for the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. The next year, I was chair of the Chamber of Commerce. And over the years, I have joked that I always had to clean up the mess that Gary created. But if truth be told, I had to work day and night to even come close to the job that he did in both those organizations.
Working with small business owners and building those strong, solid relationships has always been something that comes easily for Gary. Offering his financial guidance, friendship, and support has gained him loyalty and respect within our business community. This loyalty and respect continues with his relationships with First Bank staff. He has built an atmosphere of family and camaraderie where employees support each other through personal celebration and tragedies. Gary believes he has been fortunate enough to work with some of the very best bankers throughout his career. But the board of directors, senior management, officers, and employees of First Bank are an elite group of individuals who are top-notch in their field. Their dedication and support has made his job more rewarding. Gary thanks his First Bank team and his family for all the support he has been given over the years. Junior Achievement is proud to honor one of this year's laureates for the 2015 Business Hall of Fame, Gary Clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, laureate for 2015, Mr. Gary Clear.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you all very much. You know, they told me if I talked more than 5 minutes that would be cutting into John and Wayne's time, so I'm sorry. Anyway, I would like to thank Junior Achievement for selecting me to receive this honor. As I look at the men and women who previously have been inducted, it is humbling to have my name mentioned alongside theirs. I'm not one who relishes individual recognition, and I have a lot of people to thank for receiving the award this evening. First is my family, who I will introduce now if I could. my wife Cheryl, my daughter Beth Doster, her husband James, and our grandkids Ben and Zach, who live in South Bend. My son David, who lives in Jacksonville with his wife of 1 year. His anniversary is coming up in a couple weeks. Sarah. And finally, my mother-in-law, Louise McIntosh. You know, when I started in banking, I worked some long hours, not the banker's hours that my friends accuse me of having, and I use friends very lightly. And Cheryl, while also working, did the majority of the raising of our children. As I look at them now, she did an excellent job. Thank you very much, Cheryl. Secondly, I would like to thank the Board of Directors of First Bank Richmond, who gave me an opportunity 14 years ago. They may not always agree with my decisions, but they always support them in the end. Thank you all very much. Next, the officers and employees of First Bank, many of who are here this evening. They are some of the best bankers that I have had the opportunity to work with in my career. They understand that banking is about customer service and developing relationships, and they do an excellent job at both. Thank you all for being on my team. And to my customers, not-for-profit partners, and friends who have been part of my success, thank you for the loyalty that you've shown over the years. I appreciate it and would not be standing up here without it. Thank you. I first became interested in banking when I was growing up. I can't remember whether it was 6, as that video said, but it was somewhere around that. Because I saw my hometown bankers making a difference. In Richmond, you were fortunate to have some of those bankers. Bankers like Wayne Stidham, Ken Bain, just to name a couple, not only ran good banks, but they tackled community causes, mustering resources to solve problems and making Wayne County a better place to live and work. It is a privilege to have my name mentioned this evening with that of Mr. Stidham, and I hope somewhere along the line that I leave a similar legacy. Congratulations, Mr. Stidham, on your induction this evening. I would also like to say congratulations to John Meredith. John is a good businessman, friend, and a deserving honoree. But John may be better known as a political campaign manager. And John, if I ever run for office, you're my man. Congratulations, John. You know, financial education, whether for adults or children, is important to our community. JA and its volunteers provide a much-needed program in our schools and is the foundation to build a solid financial future. When asked in the future, please consider contributing to the organization. And finally, thank you to the many people that helped get my information together. Had nice things to say about me in the video. I can't wait to see the outtakes because I know it all wasn't positive. And those of you that came in support this evening. I've been volunteering in this community for over 25 years, and while I sometimes feel old enough to retire, I think I have several more years of hopefully productive service to the bank, the not-for-profit boards that I serve, and our community. Thank you again for this honor, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Gary Clear. Our second laureate this evening is known for his hard work and his encouragement of others. He's a gifted leader who enjoys seeing others succeed. John Meredith.
John Elwood Meredith was born in Richmond, Indiana, to Donald and Tony. He grew up with his two sisters, Anne and Emily. John's parents instilled a work hard, play hard ethic in him. Both parents were Earlham graduates and spent their careers in the community in various capacities. Tony as a nurse practitioner, and Don in insurance, real estate, and later in city and state political appointments. They enjoyed sailing and sailboat racing as a family. John believes that regatta racing in his youth was great preparation for business. It taught him to think strategically and be decisive. John attended Richmond Community Schools and graduated from high school in 1976. He met Gayla Thomas in the 9th grade and says it was love at first sight. They were married on August 15, 1981. He related that he is most proud of earning the love and respect of one woman in 35 years of marriage. They have 3 children, Tricia, Thomas, and Hannah. John always wanted to own a business. In fact, he can't remember a time when he did not want to own a successful business. When John was in grade school, he started a mowing business. In college, he helped start a computer dating service and started a contract painting business. He attended college at both Ball State and Indiana University East until 1980. In 1981, he joined the Richmond Fire Department. While working as a firefighter, John started a part-time chimney sweep and repair business. His business grew into a successful multi-truck operation over a 7-year span and had 4 full-time employees. During the course of John's chimney work, he recognized the need for a line of various chimney maintenance products, which he developed with several partners in the chemical preparation industry. After 2 years of testing, John formed Chimney Saver Systems, a company to produce and market his line of chimney maintenance products to other chimney sweeps and fireplace shops.
You see, I think that John's notion of the American dream is that it's a bargain struck, a contract, if you will, a bargain struck, with God. And if you work hard, if you take advantage of opportunities, if you bless others up in the way that John has, then his life is enriched. It's not just prosperity and business success. It's a life filled with prosperity and joy.
John's new business grew rapidly over the next 2 years. He resigned from the fire department and sold his chimney sweep business so he could devote his full attention to his new fledgling company. He then renamed the company Saver Systems, using the Chimney Saver name to brand his products. When thinking back, John remembers the startup years fondly. In the summer, John would pack up the family in a van and travel like gypsies across the country, while he would call on customers and display at various conventions and trade shows.
He really genuinely cares about people, and if I hadn't gotten so intricately involved with him, I wouldn't know this about him. But he cares about a lot of people, and he's very willing to assist in any way that he can to help people move. And so he's touched a lot of lives, some in certainly greater ways than others.
In 1989, Chimney Saver products were picked up by a major industry distributor. John moved his business from a shed behind his parents' house to a small block building on Knee Warner Road. In 1991, John hired a chemist that was previously with the Dab Corporation, known for their caulks and sealants, and the business moved into a 20,000 square foot leased building from Sanyo at the old Crosley Buildings. In 1994, the company funded a major research study on the issue of water penetration in masonry walls and chimneys at the University of Wyoming's Engineering Department.
Call it what you want, hard work, dedication, kindness, work ethic, luck, whatever it is that you might call it. It might be any number of those things, but if you had to boil it down about what is John Meredith and the things that John does, the one thing that he is a gifted leader and a real man of God who is genuinely interested in the affairs of other people. John's gift is that he's a mentor at heart. He blesses those around him with an intense desire to make them better people. And through his own selflessness and through his own selfless interest, he lifts people up. He mentors them, he develops them, he shares sorrow and joy with them. He helps to shoulder the load when things get tough for people. He inspires and he cheers. He provokes change and thoughtful introspection in people, and he helps to make them better people in general. He enriches other people's lives, and in turn, I think he gains from that, and I think that's what he enjoys the most. Not strangely enough, I think his most intense joys and feelings of accomplishment in life are when he sees other people to find meaning and success in their own lives.
Over the next few years, John's business continued to grow. His product lines expanded from chimney-related products to coatings that protect everything from block buildings to high-end log homes. In 1999, John purchased a 30,000 square foot manufacturing facility that was previously owned by the Knoll Tool Company. Over the next 15 years, Saver Systems continued to be successful in adding new product lines, received numerous patents, and 5 industry awards for product innovation. Distribution has expanded into Europe and recently to Do It Best hardware stores with over 4,000 locations worldwide. Saver System products have been used to protect the chimneys at the White House, the Biltmore Estate, and other high-profile historic buildings.
Opinion, the reason why John is qualified for this award is because of his care and desire to see people move forward. If you couple that with hard work and integrity and character and true love for people and a genuineness, those are the qualities I think that really make John Meredith. Qualities of good, solid foundation that is something that someone can grab onto and say, I want to be like that. I want to aspire. I want that quality in my life. And John, not only you just know it. No one has to say it. You spend an hour with him, and you'll know that he's genuine and he's caring and just an incredible human being.
One of the most rewarding times in business for John was when he hired a president to run the company in 2009. This allowed John to step away from the daily operations and gave him more time to travel and pursue other interests. The company recently purchased an additional 30,000 square foot manufacturing facility in Richmond to expand its product lines and prepare for the next phase of growth. Today, Saver Systems has about 30 employees. In addition to its original line of chimney-related products, Saver Systems manufactures a complete line of weatherproofing products to protect concrete, masonry, and wood that are sold by distributors, dealers, and retailers throughout North America and Europe.
You see, John has this unique ability to speak words of encouragement, and he brings out the best in others. He coaches them, he spreads goodwill, he inspires enthusiasm. He promotes confidence in people. A leader takes people where they go and encourages them. John's the kind of guy who's even a better leader than that. He's a great leader. He encourages people to go where they might not want to go, but to where they should go.
John is active in his church, Gateway Vineyard Fellowship, where he serves on the board and coordinates seminars on successful relationships and marriage. He mentors youth and young men in his church. He has served on numerous short-term missions to Asia and Central America and sponsors the annual International Missions Project at Community Christian School. John is also on the board of Circle U Help Center, the Economic Development Corporation of Wayne County, and was recently appointed by Governor Pence to the State Workforce Innovation Council to represent Eastern Indiana. He also serves as an advisor to Congressman Luke Messer and State Senator Jeff Rotz.
John knows also the value of hard work and treating people properly in the business world. He has relationships all over the United States, including having been in the Oval Office of the White House, working on their fireplace and system. So he's had great opportunities as well as overseas. He's had impact in many, many people's lives.
His current greatest passion is to ensure that his ceiling in life becomes the floor for his children and 5 grandchildren, Natalie, Elise, Jonathan, Lena, and Stella. His favorite role in life is that of Papa, and he values the time he gets to spend with them. John feels blessed to have forged many great relationships in life and believes a lot of his success is due to the soft skills he learned from his parents and mentors. He believes life is about who you loved, who loved you, and what you did to help others along the way. Junior Achievement is proud to honor one of this year's laureates for the 2015 Business Hall of Fame, Mr. John Meredith.